I'm at my father's hunting club. He's there with all of his friends. He's drinking his King George V scotch. And they're having a good old time, cooking a big meal in an outdoor kitchen, telling stories, telling jokes, most of which I've heard many times before. Me, I'm bored. There's no one there my age. There's definitely no television. And my smartphone, it's 3.5 decades away. But then, my father picks up his ukulele. Tiny bubbles in the wine makes me happy, makes me feel so fine. He liked to improvise some of his own lyrics. Tiny boogies make me warm all over. It's the feeling that I'm gonna love you till the end of time. Hey, Michael, which way back to camp? I'm at Lake Davis. I'm on a hike with my brother. We'd just been to the top of the mountain, and we were on our way back down. My family, they're at the campsite still. My father, he's actually out on the lake. As we hike down the mountains, we're surrounded by pine forests and outcroppings of granite rock, the Sierras in the background, Lake Davis shimmering in the foreground. Which way, Michael? Hey, bro, just go down. Now, I'm no Lewis and Clark, but this was down, this was down, this was down, and this was down. In fact, 50% of the directions, just under 50% of the directions are down when you're on a hill. But my brother was tuned into the hill, and I knew he'd get us back in time. As I walked, I wondered how his feet must feel, because he was barefoot. He was barefoot a lot. In addition to being barefoot, he had long hair. He was a hippie. In gangster rap, the original players are known as OGs. My brother, he was an OH. Original hippie. Now, I didn't know a whole lot about hippies then, but I was getting some training at home. What the hell is he on? For Christ's sake, move your ass! I'm at a crosswalk in Fairfax. My father's driving. In the crosswalk, there's a man, maybe twice my age, maybe 20. Long brown hair to his butt, scruffy beard, bare feet, tattered jeans, Grateful Dead, Steal Your Face t-shirt. And he was trucking like a doo-dah man. He was trucking in slow-mo. Christ. I hope you never look like that. Hey, Michael, I think I see the campground. Yeah, bro. Hey, bro, these trees and this forest holds more knowledge and more wisdom than all of the books libraries. What the fuck? I'm walking back and forth through the cornfields in Colusa County. I'm with my father. We're hunting pheasants. It's just me and my father and our dog, Clink. He's a German short hair. He's never used recreational drugs, the dog that is, but he behaves as though he's on a perpetual dose of amphetamines. Me, I'm tired. I can't wait to get back in the car and get home. My father, he was a great shot. His game bag was filled with pheasants. I hadn't pulled the trigger once the whole day. And then, hey, Ann. Yeah, Dad. Hey, look up there in the tree. There's a little bird. Why don't you shoot it? Up in the tree sat a little bird. It looked like a canary. It was yellow. Just hanging out, eating a few bugs, soaking in the last rays of the sun, talking to its friends. Push! A direct hit. The little bird came falling to the ground, but it wasn't hit too directly. Hey, Ann, it's suffering. Why don't you step on it? As I stepped down with a not very strong commitment, it felt as though I was stepping on a spring. My foot bounced back off the bird. Now it was pressed into the mud, screaming even louder than before. I'm sitting in my father's boat. It has white tuck-and-roll upholstery. The upholstery is covered with dozens upon dozens upon dozens of strands of my hair. This was not a good day. Normally, though, it was really great. I'm at Bethel Island. Bethel Island is a place where the Sacramento and the San Joaquin rivers come together. Historically, it was a vast wetland. But in the 1850s, the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers built hundreds of miles of levees to reclaim the land so it could be used for farming. The result? Dozens and dozens and dozens of miles of sloughs. You could boat day and night and never boat all of the sloughs in this area. And it was our playground during the summer for water skiing and other water sports and hanging out at the beach and doing art projects and learning to water ski. It was the idyllic place, surrounded by big weeping willows that resembled people with long hair and giant oak trees and tule forests and cattail forests all around. Today wasn't one of those good days. See, just moments before, my father had picked me up with both of his hands by my hair and shaken. I don't want to hear another sound out of you. As I rubbed my hands through my hair, additional strands of hair fell to the seat. This wasn't the first time this would happen, nor would it be the last. I've just got my driver's license. I'm at Cataract Gulch, one of the spectacular canyons coming off of Mount Tam with waterfalls cascading for almost a mile. I'm shooting photos. My friends, they're all hanging out back at school, partying, doing homework or whatever, but me, I'm here in nature, where I really, really want to be. And I'm shooting photos of little tiny mushrooms in the moss on the tree trunks, and towering redwood trees, and I'm doing timed exposures of the water coming over the waterfalls, which makes it look like cotton when you develop the film. I feel like I'm home when I'm here. I just love this place. Easy, 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 easy. I've just been arrested and handcuffed. But technically, I've been zip-tied. See, Humboldt County doesn't have 1,034 pairs of metal handcuffs, so they use the same zip ties that are used to tie bundles of wire together. I was arrestee number 1012. I met Redwood Summer. It was a name that was chosen after Mississippi Summer, the 1960s civil rights movement. We were there to protest the logging of Pacific lumber. See, Maxam Corporation, headed by Charles Hurwitz, had conducted a leveraged buyout of Pacific Lumber, a company that for 150 years had logged sustainably, sustaining jobs, sustaining the land, sustaining the water. And we were up there to stop the logging. See, it turns out Maxam Corporation was liquidating its assets, meaning clear-cutting everything as fast as they could. As I wait in line after being arrested, there was a long line of police officers standing at attention, waiting to escort each of us onto the prison buses that would take us off the site. They were well-trained soldiers there to protect the corporation. But we were well-trained too, in nonviolent civil disobedience. We'd been trained to confront any aggressive action that came toward us during the day. We'd been yelled at throughout the day. Loggers, many of them were wearing Campbell's Spotted Owl soup t-shirts to mock us. Officer, do you know why we're here? These trees are thousands of years old and we want to protect them. I don't have an opinion. What about you, officer? Officer, the marbled murrelet and the spotted owl, they're going to go extinct. I don't have an opinion. The next officer I spoke to was smaller than the others. His eyes were blue and bright. Officer, do you fish? The streams are being wiped out. The salmon will become extinct up here. I don't have an opinion, but I think what you guys are doing out here is really great. For the first time today, I had a deep sense of hope. I'm laying by the cold, cold pool under a beautiful fig tree that's backlit by the sun. I've just been in the cold, cold pool. I'm stark naked. Everybody around me is stark naked too. It's Harbin Hot Springs. Before I was in the cold, cold pool, I was in the hot, hot pool, about 112 degrees. And before that, the cold, cold pool. And before that, the hot, hot. And before that, the cold, cold. And before that, the hot, hot. My body's tingling. My mind's in somewhat of an altered state. Several years before, I'd been in a workshop, and the workshop leader had invited us to find an object in nature, a tree, something living or not, and ask it what it has to teach you. Tree, I asked the fig tree, what do you have to teach me? The sunshine shines on my leaves, and I radiate beauty down upon you. Be like me. Let the love light that shines on you help you to radiate love on all that you come in contact with in this life. As I look up, I see a squirrel scurry across the branch and a parade of ants going across one of the other branches. I provide a home and refuge to countless creatures. When my figs ripen, I will feed them. I will feed the deer, I will feed the squirrels, I will feed insects, and I'll feed the microbes in the soil. You too have many gifts to give. Share them freely with the world. And these leaves that you so appreciate right now, soon they will turn brown. They will curl up and they will fall to the ground. But I will not weep, for in the spring the leaves will return. Be like me. Understand the nature that all things are impermanent, and let go of what you no longer need. As I close my eyes, I see my brother Michael's smiling face. I need to call him when I get home. Hey, Dad. Dad, it's Andy. Can you hear me? I'm at Marin General Hospital. I'm in the intensive care unit. My father's there. He's connected to morphine IV, oxygen, countless probes and catheters all throughout his body. Dad? I don't recognize you. Dad, it's me, your son, Andy. Oh, Andy! Yeah, Dad. Oh, you're a handsome man. I only remember you as a skinny little shit. Hey, it's good to hear your voice, Dad. Hey, listen, I want you to know that we've had some heat between us over the years, and I want you to know that I'm really sorry. Thank you, Dad. Thank you for saying that. And another thing. Yeah, Dad. All these months I've been in the hospital, you've been coming here playing ukulele, and I really appreciate that. I really appreciate that a lot. Dad, it's my total pleasure. It's been good to be with you and hang out with you. Those were the last words that we shared together. Would you believe that you're beautiful if I told you that I love you? You're a miracle. Would you